Good morning. It's Vijay here. Today is 17 January 2025, Friday. I'm sure all of you are looking towards a good weekend. Please welcome to yet another episode of the Market Commentary, where we discuss what happened yesterday and what could happen today and in the future. So, the title of today's topic is what kind of a market are we in? Is it a bull market? Is it a bear market? Or is it something in between? So if you ask most of the participants, they would say it is a bear market, most of the participants, because any good news is bad news is bad news, because that is how the market participants are, looking at. For instance, yesterday, three major companies came up with the results. We had Infosys, which came early. The results were very good as far as the fundamentals were concerned, but it got hammered on the ADR by about 5%. Then you had Axis Bank, which results were reasonably okay, but nothing happened in the ADR, in the GDR. Then you had Reliance, which has come with good results. In the GDR market, it's up by 2%, but GDR market is very illiquid. But most people want to hammer Reliance today. So even if it is good news, it is considered as bad news. Generally, in a bear market, good news is considered as bad news. In a bull market, bad news is considered as good news. Even bad news is considered as good news. That's what we saw in the early parts of 2024. So let us see, today could be an indication of what kind of a market are we in, whether the good news of Infosys and Reliance will show that the prices are higher, will indicate the prices are higher, or close with the prices being higher, whatever may be the opening. So then we can say we are more or less in a bull market. If it is 50-50, that is Reliance up, Infosys down, some short covering in Axis Bank will mean that we are in neither. So if all three are down, then I think we have to really question ourselves as to what is wrong with the market. Right now, if you look at it, the Reliance results, for instance, the profit after tax has beaten expectations about 12%, EBITDA is up 12%, margin is up. All three parameters it does well. Looking at all the brokerages, all of them are positive. I've just taken one brokerage firm, Nuvama. They are expecting a target of 1673. A lot of people on the street are expecting a target of 600. Now it is about 1270. So these guys are expecting 400 rupees high. The general man on the street is expecting 600 to 900, including the big analysts. So you have a tussle here. If they have got a highest ever EBITDA, then they're beaten across all verticals, and they are looking at visibility is there. There is strong growth visibility is there. So Reliance is supposed to should do well today as per big brokerages and as per fundamentals. Let's look at Infosys. Infosys again beat the profit beat expectations about 5% higher. Revenue is flat, then profit is higher would mean that good margins. EBIT is about 3% and margin is increased by 24 basis point. And they've got a large deal at around $2.5 billion. So Infosys should do well today. If you look at what Infosys has done, margin is in line with expectations, profit after tax is above analyst expectations, revenue is above expectations in constant currency terms. But in the US markets, it has been beaten. So let's see what Indians do. And Nuvama again on Infosys, they're expecting a target of 2350. I had shown a pattern of Reliance, an inverse head and shoulder. If it works out, then it should go to 2250 is what I had indicated in my communication in Twitter as well as Telegram. So they have beaten estimates, strong BFSM momentum, their clients are there, and the margin guidance has been they have maintained at 22%, and they have upgraded guidance for 3 consecutive quarters. So generally, such kind of results should propel up a particular share, but we'll have to see what happens. Axis Bank, actually, net interest margin is in line, profit after tax is in line, and PPOP is in line. Generally, it should remain stable. But if you look at it, quarter on quarter, there is some softness, but profit after tax is up 4%, interest income up 10%, NII is up 8.6%, and the other one is at 16%. In the Axis Bank management con call. That is where I think is crucial, and I think that should open the eyes of the finance ministry, where that the MD has said current environment is difficult with liquidity, credit deficit, and other macro factors. The liquidity deficit is being taken care of RBI. Every day they're pumping in 50,000 crores, so that should take care of the immediate liquidity deficit. The macro factors, everybody knows GDP is down, inflation was up, rupee was weakening against the dollar. So everything negative was there. I think the government is aware of it. At least they've opened their eyes. At least one eye they've opened, and I think that should feature in the budget. So while in the interim, banks, especially private sector banks, may do badly, I expect things to get better. So that is, you can just have a look at it. They're positive, but the overall macroeconomic factors they feel are not that good. Then you have Nuvama and Axis Bank. They have maintaining a buy. The target price has been reduced to 1220 from 1335. They claim that they have missed on all metrics except operating expenses, muted deposit growth, slippages are driven by unsecured and agriculture loans, which is supposed to have been factored because Axis Bank has been a downtrend. So what do we look for in today's morning? Nifty advanced for 3 sessions. HDFC Life and BEL did well. Mid cap, small cap also advanced for 3rd consecutive sessions. Nifty PSU banks did extremely well. I think they have been beaten severely for no fault. Actually, they will perform better than the private sector banks. So anyway, they have done a weekly high. Then metals did well. Generally, everything did well yesterday, though it was a settlement. So you have these straddle and strangle sellers who control the movement of the price. Whatever it opens, they maintain it at a particular band. That's what happened yesterday. But still, I feel it was, the underlying trend was bullish. Nifty Bank, for instance, formed higher highs and higher lows for the 3rd session. Bank of Baroda and Canara Bank led that. Nifty FMCG is where the problem is. HUL, ITC are really in trouble. Same thing with Tata Consumer and Nestle. Nifty IT faced selling pressure at 44,000. HCL Tech fell down. Wipro fell down. Wipro incidentally fell down in the ADR market too. Pharma has again declined. There is a rumor in the market that once Trump comes, he will ensure that pharma and IT will struggle. Now, I don't know from where that rumor has come. As far as I know, Trump's policies and what his Treasury Secretary's policies, it doesn't look like that they're going to attack Indian IT and Indian pharma. But the overarching sentiment is get out of pharma and get out of IT in the short term. So US markets closed in the red, but they had a humongous rally the previous day. So I expected that they will not do anything great. But Nasdaq also closed down and Treasury yield fell. See, people were expecting Treasury yield to cross 5. It was 482. Now it has come to 460, 4.60. I have been advocating that Treasury yields will continue to fall and it will likely to be below 4 in the next few months. Then Bitcoin, of course, Bitcoin is a speculative thing. It crossed 1 lakh again. FIs continue to sell and DIs did not match them. But if yesterday market has gone and maintained its higher stance, then somebody is buying, and what I call the third force. The third force have bought about 1,400 crores. Who are this third force? They are the ultra high net worth individuals. They are the PMSs. They are the corporate treasuries. And there are retailers who are directly investing in the market. So I think the third force generally I've seen has been very, is a good indicator of what the market is going to do. So I don't know what will happen today because you have these 3 results which can dictate which way the market will go. But if you simply look at on a fundamental basis, Reliance and Infosys should be positive. LTI Mindtree also should be positive. Fortis and Aadhar Housing should be good. And negatives could be Axis Bank and Havells. Havells has reported poor results. So what are the results today? Tech Mahindra, Wipro and SBI Life Insurance. Wipro has been hammered, so who knows, it may do well on Monday. I expect Wipro results to be good, so will Tech Mahindra. The others are ICICI Lombard, insurance companies are doing well. Geo Financial, I think that also should be good. And Sterlite Technology. So there are some very important positives which people will miss in this confusion. USA has paved the way for 3 Indian nuclear entities to avail easier license requirements. See, this came out of the 2006 India US civil nuclear deal, and slowly, one by one, things are coming out. I mean, working out in favor of India, and defense and space related stocks may benefit, I feel, with this kind of news. Then there is another piece of news. There is a cabinet meet outcome. Apart from approving the third launch pad at Sriharikota, 4,000 crores. So again, space related companies should do well. Cabinet approves 8 central pay commission for central government employees. They're about 25 to 30% raise they're looking at. You see, in the year 2006, when there was a similar, say, pay commission, and they revised it, and that fueled the boom in the Indian economy and in the stock markets. So that is a very good sign. People have forgotten about that, but that is what I am expecting things to happen. Once the cycle of uncertainty dies out, when people begin to believe that they are in a positive frame and then invest, then you get a bull market. Or now it is a stagnant bull market, in my opinion. It is certainly not a bear market, as most people are thinking. People are looking at 22,000 as the next stop. I feel it's difficult to go there. Nothing is impossible in the market, but I think at least I don't believe in that. Yesterday again we did BTFD. Today also we will do BTFD again in Nifty futures and Bank Nifty futures and a few stocks. So whatever you do, I hope it is successful. Thank you for joining me.